Welcome everyone. Today, you and I are going to destroy one of the biggest problems in the world. Small thinking. Most people are not stuck because of money, language, or luck. They are stuck because they think too small. They don't dream big. They don't speak big. They don't believe in big possibilities. That's why life feels limited to them. Like being trapped in a small room with the door wide open, but never walking out. This video will break that wall. It will rewire your brain to think big, speak big, and live big, no matter where you are right now. And if you're here to learn English, this will also help you speak English like someone who belongs on the world stage. So before we begin, if you are serious about changing your mindset, improving your English, and building a bigger future, subscribe now. This is not just motivation. This is a transformation session. Lesson 1. Believe you can succeed. Let me ask you something. What if the only reason you haven't succeeded yet is because you don't fully believe you can? Most people think success starts with skills, but it doesn't. Success starts with belief. Belief is the engine behind everything. It tells your brain to wake up early, push harder, try again after failure, speak even when your voice is shaking, and start even when no one believes in you yet. When you believe you can succeed, your brain starts looking for a path. When you doubt yourself, your brain quits before you begin. Here's the truth. There are people with less education, less talent, and fewer opportunities than you, and they are winning. Why? Because they believe they can. And there are people with more degrees, more support, and more resources who are failing because deep inside, they doubt themselves. Let me tell you a story. A young man named Idris wanted to start a YouTube channel. He had no camera. His English wasn't perfect. His accent was strong. He didn't even have a laptop. He edited videos on his phone. But he had one thing most people didn't. He believed it was possible. He said to himself, I may be small now, but one day the world will listen to my voice. He uploaded one video, then another, then many more. For a long time, nothing happened. But he kept going because he believed. Later, his channel exploded. He was invited to speak at events where he once volunteered. What changed? Not his luck. Not his accent. Not his tools. His belief became his fuel. So if you want to think big, start here. Believe you can do big things. Not later. Not when your English is perfect. Right now. Say it with me. I believe I can do more. I believe I can grow. I believe I can succeed. Lesson 2. Set big goals, not survival goals. Most people are not living. They are surviving. They wake up, eat, scroll, work, come home tired, and repeat the same cycle. They are not tired because life is hard. They are tired because they are chasing small goals that don't excite them. Small goals create exhaustion. Big goals create energy. A small goal says, I just want enough money to pay bills. A big goal says, I want to build something that gives me freedom and helps others. A small goal says, I hope I speak a little English. A big goal says, I will become a confident global communicator. A small goal says, I hope I survive this month. A big goal says, I am building my future with purpose. There was a man working long hours in a factory, earning just enough to survive. Everyone around him talked only about stress and problems. No one talked about growth. One night, something changed. He looked at his tired hands and whispered, This can't be my life. I was not born just to survive. I was born to build. He didn't have a plan, connections, or money. But he made a decision. He started waking up earlier to build his mind. He listened to podcasts. He studied. He saved small amounts. He cut distractions. He stopped complaining and started learning. For years, he disappeared into discipline. Later, he didn't just leave his job, he built something of his own. The same people who ignored him now worked for him. He didn't win by luck. He won by thinking bigger than his situation. Ask yourself today, are your goals exciting or just safe? Are you building a dream or just surviving? Say it with me. I don't want to survive. I want to build. Lesson 3. You become what you think. Your life is a mirror. Whatever you think about most becomes your reality. If you keep thinking, I'm not good enough, my English is bad, Success is not for people like me. Your brain will prove you right. But if you think, I'm learning, I'm growing, I belong in big places, your brain will work to prove that true. Your brain follows instructions. It doesn't judge your thoughts, it obeys them. Weak thoughts create weak action. Strong thoughts create unstoppable momentum. Your thoughts are building your future. Say this with me: I control my thoughts. My mind is getting stronger every day. I think big and I live bigger. Lesson 4. Think like a leader before you become one. Leadership is not a title. It's a decision. Leaders don't wait for permission. They don't wait to feel ready. They move with purpose even when no one is watching. If you think like a follower, life will treat you like one. If you think like a leader, life responds differently. Leaders focus on the mission, not the mood. They act like the future already belongs to them. Start thinking like the person you were born to become. Lesson 5. Use big, powerful words. Words are not just communication. They are instructions to your mind. Weak words create weak lives. Strong words create strong futures. Stop saying, I can't. Start saying, I will. Stop saying, I'll try. Start saying, I'll figure it out. Upgrade your vocabulary, and you upgrade your life. Speak with confidence. Speak with direction. Speak like your future is already on its way. Lesson 6. Excuses are the real enemy. Excuses are mental sabotage. They quietly slow you down, reduce your action, and kill momentum. Every excuse sounds reasonable, but together, they destroy dreams. Your mind is powerful. Don't let bad programming control it. Each of those thoughts becomes a block in your progress pipeline. Excuses do not protect you. They trap you. They create a comfortable cage, soft on the inside, invisible from the outside. Excusitis is the only disease that grows stronger the more you listen to it. It feeds on hesitation. It multiplies when you delay. Over time, it turns you into someone who knows exactly what to do, but never does it. Look at nature. A plant does not say there isn't enough sunlight today. It does not pause. It does not complain. It grows upward with everything it has, every single day, even in imperfect conditions. That is the mindset you need. Don't fight excuses one by one. Delete the entire system. Because if your brain is trained to explain why something won't work, it will never be trained to make something work. Remove excuses. Replace them with execution. Lesson 7. Stop shrinking yourself. You are more than you think. Shrinking begins in the mind long before it shows up in real life. Think of a balloon. It is designed to expand. But if the person blowing air into it stops too early, the balloon stays small. Not because it is broken. Not because it is weak. But because the air stopped coming. You are that balloon. Your thoughts are the air. If you stop feeding your mind expansion, if you stop pushing against limits, if you stop challenging comfort, you remain small even though you were built to grow. Look at pressure systems. When pressure builds, it reaches a point where it cannot be contained. That is how potential works. When you keep growing, your inner pressure demands more action, more clarity, more elevation. But when you shrink yourself, when you silence ideas, avoid discomfort, choose minimum effort, and ignore your hunger for more, you shut down the very system meant to make you great. Shrinking is quiet, but it is destructive. It slowly eats your courage, your clarity, your leadership, and your ability to demand more from yourself. Over time, living small starts to feel normal. But normal does not mean right. There is nothing noble about underliving your potential. A rocket built to reach space that barely lifts off the ground is not safe. It failed to launch. Stop hiding. Stop reducing. Stop underplaying your capacity. You were built to expand in thought, energy, responsibility, and impact. You are not too much. You are too quiet. Stop shrinking. Start becoming. Lesson 8. Your thoughts are building your future. A thought is not small. A thought is a blueprint. Every building, bridge, business, law, machine, and invention began as a thought before it became real. That same system is operating inside your mind right now. You are designing your future every minute with your thoughts. Most people believe thoughts are harmless. They think thoughts come and go. But here is the truth. Thoughts become focus. Focus becomes direction. Direction becomes habit. Habit becomes identity. Identity becomes destiny. Imagine a garden. If you plant nothing, weeds grow. If you plant doubt, confusion spreads. But if you plant discipline, clarity, and ambition, creation follows. Your mind is a lens. If it is foggy, your future is blurry. You hesitate. You delay. You chase distractions. But when the lens is clear, your movement becomes powerful. You don't drift through life randomly. You are being shaped by what you think repeatedly. Weak thinking creates weak decisions. Hesitation creates late timing. But controlled thinking creates precision, speed, and power. Big thinkers control their inner dialogue. They design it like architecture. And because they design it, they walk into futures others call impossible. Not because of magic, but because of mental engineering. If you do not build your mind, life will use you to build someone else's. But if you take control of your thoughts today, you can shift your future immediately. That is not motivation. That is cause and effect. Lesson 9. Big thinkers take action. Big thinking without action is fantasy. Big thinking with action is dominance. The world is full of brilliant ideas with no execution. Plans written down and forgotten. Visions discussed but never acted on. Ideas are potential. Action is power. Think of electricity. The system exists, but nothing happens until the circuit is closed. Action closes the circuit. Big thinkers move fast. They move before confidence arrives. They move while fear is present. They move before approval. Delay destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Failure can be corrected. Lost time cannot. Look at a rocket. It doesn't lift gently. It breaks gravity with force. That is what action does. It breaks hesitation, fear, and laziness. Big thinkers do not wait for perfect conditions. Motion creates clarity. Action creates precision. Move now. Decide. Schedule. Execute. Because a mind that thinks big and a body that moves with purpose cannot be stopped. Lesson 10. Pressure creates power. Pressure is not punishment. It is preparation. Every powerful system in the universe runs on pressure. Diamonds form under it. Engines depend on it. Growth demands it. The human mind wants success but avoids pressure. That is the contradiction. Transformation requires tension. Strength requires resistance. Growth does not happen in comfort. Pressure shapes continents. Pressure creates steel. Pressure refines identity. Do not resist pressure. Learn to use it. Let it sharpen you, not break you. The goal is not to avoid pressure. The goal is to become someone who performs under it. Lesson 11. Think right about failure. Failure is not a stop sign. It is data. In engineering, failure is expected. Systems are pushed until they break so limits can be understood. Without failure, improvement is impossible. Big thinkers treat failure as feedback. They learn. They adjust. They continue. Failure does not reduce your value. It refines your strategy. Remove fear of failure and action becomes natural. Progress becomes inevitable. Lesson 12. Control your reactions. Most people live in reaction mode. They give their power away to opinions, criticism, and noise. Big thinkers stay stable. They absorb shock without losing direction. Calm becomes dominance. Silence becomes strength. When you stop reacting, others lose control over you. And when others lose control over you, you gain freedom. That is mastery. Final message. Small thinking will never save you. But big thinking will build the life you were meant to live. You do not need permission. You do not need perfection. You need belief. Say it daily. I am meant for more. Think bigger. Speak stronger. Move faster. Never settle. If this message lit a fire in you, share it. Save it. Subscribe for more lessons that transform your mindset and improve your English. This is not entertainment. This is transformation. Stay bold. Stay sharp. And never stop thinking big.